Hello everyone! Happy birthday to me, of course. May Lily supplies, and now Merry Christmas. Before you mention, yes, why exactly my account was different? Well, this is my first account was made in the DeviantArt exactly around 7 years. I'm gonna put up the date right there. So, 7 years. Now, this is where my account was never been created. Because this is where I started to all making sense. So, I'm sitting there, of course, I made my icon looks different. And you can see, this is where I started to change that to all in the Discord. Because my old account was very old and that decade was never posted. And yes, this is where I started to talk chat, but it just matches at all. This is where I will start to making things, creating things. I never draw, well, Sonic before. I was a Sonic fan before, yes I am, but I was never done this a long time ago because I was a kid also. I was back then because I feel to, well, stars. Now I feel like I doubtful for myself. I was think I was foolish. So as for new me, of course, I did this because my account it was sending here, and I almost forgot about my password. Whoopsie! I guess my kid never had brain powers. Now the next this account is a second account, which is I was for around 6 years. That was before I was sent to the other accounts. Now this is the second account because this is where I was forgot again because this account is decade is never posed, and I never evolved with this because and I look in this picture is just showing just I changed the icon to the ClassicBoy was born because this is where I started making a cartoon characters. I making things better because I had to change the OCs whatever because I was a fan of Bendy of course because I playing the Bendy games before. So I say, hey, that was inspired. So I just inspired Bendy in the English game, of course. It's like, hey, this is where I started making things sense. I love cartoons. What else I can do? So I created the name on the icon the name like cartoons because that's where I started to make in the art class. I just make it my logo of my own icon because I don't have every ideas when I exactly create because I never made a logo because I never have a lowercase, so I started to make a lowercase what does make things sense. So I just making an L and an admin Oilers and a C because I just put this LC on it because I doesn't feel like it just seems to not really has my icon looks like it. I need to put there in the name of it correctly, so I'll make light. I just say, hey, maybe I just light or cartoons. Maybe just light and cartoons. Hey, is this that sounds familiar? Well, it's like I was remember my childhood. I was back then. I just loved cartoons because I'm watching many time that I never turn on the television because parents not let me to because they not allow me to sleep. Now, they will do because they forced me to. So, I had to admire that that was inspired for I can call back from Cartoons Network, of course, and supplies and companies and just still continue to evolve until the new change of life until the golden age. Now, until expected for the call, this account has been evolved in the 2018, but until now it was decades. Also, it did too because my password has been forgotten and never come back again. And now the last account was the new account was like until 2019 because this is where I started making things all since post because it turns out this generation has changed. There is a new updates. That's a kind of little bit of fun because I'm about to post my sharing to my art community because I share my creations because I created my the first post was I made animation stolen figures because I made these characters look like cartoons and the very back it was a spiky quail was a hedgehog because I just think about hey I just make it sure just things looks like OC because it doesn't fit to me because if it looks like a hedgehog I don't even feel like it's uncomfortable but it doesn't make sense to just make a fan of Psych of course and I did the continue more evolve and now we evolve a like cartoons and now I changed the name to Lightboy because it does make sense for me because I had to change the icon to my the boy because this is my business is into it doesn't make any sense to cartoons. It's like, huh, this doesn't make any sense. I could just call him Light Boy because he makes his name Light into his real name because that's the kind of where I started to make things change. Change to evolve into his entire name, and I think I know what exactly looks like. Hey, it looks like a Spire Wayman, and of course it looks like it has the body back because it is looks like it. But I never seen Wayman, but I do know Wayman is involved in the Mario game, so I did that. I played the game because it was kind of excitement. I never seen Wayman. But now I kind of involved with Wayman. I did play the Game Boy event that Wayman 3 because I kind of surprised I did play the Wayman and I kind of like it because I love adventures and see the fish and the kids that kick that robot's butt. And now before you make into the boss, yes, I did be defeated myself, and that's a good thing because I did as gameplay experience on Game Boy because I went on Nintendo. Good for you. And now I say I did play. I tell my dad to just show me how they got me a God of War. Now we have to say, oh, this is kind of bloody. Now this one, okay, it's like, oh, this one is a folklore, and it has a tale of fairy tales, and the creatures came to life, and of course these are evolved with games. I never do shake like that because I have no clue how the control works. Yeah, that's how Dad helped me out because I didn't know what to do because as young me, because I never young experience on games. That was a modern times. This is a modern era. I don't know why, but young me didn't know that. So, in terms of what I'm about to do, I created each of the respective characters, well, like, let's say, like cartoons, or should I have to change it to classic cartoons? Maybe I could say classic boy. It doesn't make sense. So I just keep a name, touch. Now I call it like boy, and then serving it to go up to LightMan. That really kind of surprised to me that LightMan was changed and evolved to grow age. It just evolved to my birthday. And now that's how the age grow. And now they change with the personalities. And now I didn't keep growing to my child. I was about to vote to continue to forward to make making sense of how about I making a only characters I was puppeteer to, and I create adventures or pirates or maybe out of space odysseys or versus these two or something like that. I'm not sure why, but I can designate for the have an artist, and now I create the Metatunes. Yes, Metatunes is like only a fairly kind of meadow, or Metaman, of course, or certainly had a kind of severe reference, but it's something different, alright, because it has a spiked quail, therefore it looks to kind of inspire Sykes too. Well, it is indeed a Sykes too, because I did play through a long time ago, because I did play Sykes in only games. In the second game I have to play, I was about to use a phone to play games on the controls. It's hard to do, but I did achieve also, because I skip ahead, I died many times. I did many times, so big deal. Until I continue more friends until things started to change. Turns out my dear random person, of course, is kind of stranger to me, but I could say it's just a friend. Turns out, IS3302 has been, well, she said, missing the point. It turns out they mistakenly think I was involved with a hacker. I never seen things before. I never heard about it. So they contact the messenger, and it turns out, he's responding with his message to I asking because I stumbled upon a Sturgis link to the demon me, and I mistakenly clicking, and it was a forgery saying that the hacker was used to hack my account. That means somehow I end up the same thing as his do, because that way before they do so, I got scammed by the same one account was the guy as his friend. because I got foolish myself because I thought the game was interesting. And turns out it was a scam because I didn't realize it too soon because oopsie, I didn't realize I should just not trust myself. I should just not believe in it. And now I just bunk so I'm enough for, hey, I got foolish because I did realize anyone got foolish too because I am not forgettable because it's like, oh boy, a goofy as me, the hackers just know exactly the target as you do. They think I was young and because I was, of course, I don't have money because I'm not as rich as you do. The hackers think I have money. Ha ha! Not today, pal, because I don't even know about money because I don't have a credit cards, dummy. And now it turns out the hackers just moved on to my that my account has been hacked. So I decided to just um well, what should I say? Ban my account? Yes, I do. Because I did, because I had to report the account and ask my friends to report me. Because apparently in my second account, Discord, has been gone, and now it's been removed assistance, and my account is dead. And now my Discord is no longer has a requirement, not as property, because I can't do things. Well, not my things or my lives. It was I would do it, and I believe it was you and the one who sent me the link since you are the same profile picture, names, and similar icons. App. After I managed to recover my account, that means you did recover it because the hacker seems to just annoy you and call it a day because you just move on and do other things messed up. And I mistakenly report your account for hacking and scamming me, as I couldn't identify the action the user of a poster responds. responds with what should I said? I did I did return back then because I did check out one of the messages. It turns out I wasn't bumping encountered because I did realize it was was well, I have no idea because I have no idea the hackers entered the DeviantArt acting like me as I'm involved with everything. Because I never did hack before. I never done that one. Well, I do encounter scammers because these scams just hack the system, think you have a money. Because they think we're gonna give a hacker for free. Because, oh, who cares? The hackers is always there because they foolish by kiddos. And yes, we are kids, and I'm a kid too. I was young at all back then because I'm still 20, of course, 20 years old. Because I have about to say not ready because I'm not ready for the responsibilities if I have enough time to get ready for enough of the childhood and will pass on to the adulthood. Now that adulthood has began, I would have to um change everything I was a part-time me because I changed my pronoun. My personalities has no longer exist too because I have no evolve a continue more drawing and request to because I like I mentioned I feel like I started down because it's somehow it's going to be a stress. It feels like there's no hope in this generation because I think there's no hope for like cartoons. I think it's my goal is about to become a studio. I want to be a studio. I want to be and I have an artist and I want to be a creations of animations, and I had to agree on one thing because I never did making games, but I do create one thing for a check team of experience. On YouTube, I learned new things of a tutorial, and I would give a credit to ones we do. I still continue on for more experience later on. So it only on this one on Discord and move on here, it said Bill. Is this you or like second account? I don't think that's false because this is an imposter because that imposter act like me because they pretend like me, and I try to find their card because it doesn't have one. That must be it. But it looks like they always changed it to avoid getting report. Yes, they did that because the scammer just knows better because they think you are just known better. So they decided to change it because they never let you the report. They think it was me because that's why I mistakenly report you. I genuinely thought it was you. I do think not. Here's my screenshot because it will prove exactly this is one of my equations. It doesn't say anything like that because it doesn't have on it because it's a missing a part with a zero and an O because it doesn't have the void attention for me because it doesn't attacking on them because they're attacking on somebody else. They decide to move to the other account, therefore they continue evolve more people problem. And they simply apologized because they did apologize on me, of course. And they tried to inform them that we was wrong in profile, but the Devo supporter refused to listen. Therefore, because they mistakenly, because they think they take action. I don't think not. You see, they doesn't listen to you because they think you say, "Oh, you report that hackers sometimes? Okay, don't worry, we take care of it." And get rid of the real artists were good. It turns out they get rid of them because, like exactly, they are investigating and it's kind of lost. And if you are contacted, they're not as popular in Dead by matching because these two are not matched because they got away again because they move on to the next account because they move because that's how hacker does because the hacker just move an other account because what else are you gonna hack? You gonna hack other accounts? Yes, they do. Can they even small favors just move on the other, maybe a new account? Well, maybe not, but they do move in the new account. So there you have. Well, I said, alright, of course. And my advice is you, and it is to make it before it's too late. It's always too late, man. Before it's just now your account is will be surrendered. Well, I am surrendered because the, that they will think I was involved because they think I was hacked. Because I don't get it because as young me, of course, I don't even know exactly. Because I never evolved with everything. I never had a problem, but I didn't realize it is serious because it takes things more worse than I thought because I feel stress and feel heartbeats and I know what to do because I have no idea what I'm supposed to do because I'm not as great as it sounds to be because I lost 3 accounts in the world and sometimes it will be lost forever. Like once more, it will lock away for good. And now it means bad. And I think it's not sure how we mistakenly report. I don't think it's necessary how it works because I had no idea. You don't need to use a support. Therefore, you had to conference on Discord to chat on, well, what should I say, assistance to support me to help identify my mistakenly report. That way, the person and the manager, for example, the employee, that they were looking at the knife, for example, my involvement into scammers because I never done scam a long time because I never scam many times. No way, I can't believe I say this, but there's no scam because I was proving that I was posting many ideas and I'm about to plan on my list because I drawing things. That's what I do. Draw is my plan. This is not about scam. It's about it only keep it as promise as your drawings as requests. Because the request says due, I must make a deal with our only request to draw things. And I make things um, good and I make things better. Because it's how do you make things artists to make things special for giving a treatment with how the creators to share the creativity to be as an artist. And we have to meet Mr. Christopher Carey, the community manager at DeviantArt. Now he's here. Exactly, he was actually gone because he just annoys me because they think I was evolved and they check in investigating, but they never have enough. I think they report. It's like, you know what? Just lock you in forever. It's like, oh dear, it's over already. Well, let's find out. Now I did send these edits for sample for these two pictures. Yes, I got these two for real this time, and I asked it about to undo my real profile to remove the fake one. Well, turns out they changed because this hacker was, well, the imposter of course, was changed our profile that way they never identify where they are because they never have no idea where it is. Whoopsie, because it turns out kindly approve your account link so we can process it within investigating. Well, too late for me because I never done like that before, so I can't find the imposter because there's no way I can find him. So I just show my real profile to prove it that I was not scamming. I'm not imposter. I was real. And he said, let me offend like that. You, please hold. The process has identified person report incest with your DeviantArt account, which is a report of for investigating. There is a certified process that must be a complete to version your incident. Yep, you need to complete to identify your incident or your god or you must be a foolish or scam because I'm not as a imposter if you think I was innocent. It's like, come on, are you serious right now? I had to do all that for this? Ah, so after this, if your case, please process with an investigating and require your account. We request your comment in the grace in the necessary the data writing. Kindly take a full screenshot of your conference or your who's reporting your account. Well, I did really say screenshot, so I say here it is. I'm making sure that this is my account because therefore I had to make sure that his account is involved is his. Well, he say please be advised that this is process is being record to be sure corporate security and demolitions to pursue every further to issue with your DeviantArt account. It is included to the process carefully to avoid errors. Well, turns out they always investigating too much, so they decided to just leave it there to die. So they left me to dead for good, because that means my account is no more. So I could say this is not how can help, because as young of course, we don't even exactly process to it, because we need to exactly to mistakenly apartment with it. To ensure to protection your profile personality profile, it isn't necessary to scan your DeviantArt account or not identify before processing. Please note that we are not access your account directly. My role is to swiftly to link it to the system by changing the access email account so we report inquiries can be removed. This process will only take a minute or two. And yes, I've been waiting about the hours and to process it, to get it survey, please turn right to change your DeviantArt account address to, well, yeah, of course, one do not have to do that, and so that your account will be under the DeviantArt protection key custody, which is they keep me as a custody code. Therefore, it frees my account and I can't use it no more. Therefore, it cannot save your and never return back to normal. It turns out it never changed. Turns out my account is gone. They changed and I have no clue what I'm doing because I did follow orders of course, be sure to collect a check. I am disabled the FTA of course. And now that processes of your DeviantArt account have started to manage it will be performed during the advanced game. Please stay touch and let me remind you that you may be logging out as part of the management process. I will be undergoing a bed for maintaining breaks and I will be seeing this your shortly. Thank you for your patience and understood. In the meantime, could you please prefer your date of birth and surgical account creation, and I did tell him about my birth education in September 17, and I was from the Arlington, Texas, in the United States. We have detected the profile of Mr. Ancestors with your DeviantArt account and IP address. Can you please clarify the orders to pay visitors? Well, actually, I don't have one. For security reasons, the personal mail is linked to the protection hush. Well, that's kind of weird, but okay. Which is we are assured to access during to version may I confirm if you have a every other online banker account or every on for online personal manager. There was no bank because it turns out my account has no money on it because it doesn't have to do with it. Only on my parents does because as beware, I'm not available yet because I'm not adulthood yet because I'm not grown just far, not as far sounds because I'm not as I'm not with. Somehow, Cursor Qualify has been leaving in 11 2025. November 16, 2025 has been left dead on my account. Left a note with the bad news to anyone, including the rest of you watching me and the artist in the community was made to be, as left my style behind. As Curious left me as a hold myself for nothing to wait for investigating to complete. After I put this my email, of course, to check the email address in this remind to have hey, I've been patient for waiting for this response, but he asking for payment. For sure, I said I don't have that one at a time. Therefore, no bank account and online like a real PayPal cards. 1 week later, his profile was changed. He seems to be left somewhere for his community manager without my own account has been locked. My password to continue share artwork and box set. You have will release in my January soon. Thank you for anyone to be here, and I hope you enjoy one of my creations. Rest in peace, like cartoons 2019.